Good morning. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy to have you here today with us for an awesome special guest here today to talk about Minecraft EDU, which is something I know we've been using in the district years ago, but it's gotten such an awesome resurgence that, and we now have a way to actually use it in the district that we thought we would bring in our special guest to share about Minecraft. But before we get started, just a couple of housekeeping things. The first thing is this is live on YouTube and it is being recorded. So after this session is over, down below you'll see our channel name, which is Palm Beach Schools EdTech Training Team. And right beside that, there's a subscribe button. So please feel free to subscribe to our channel. And you can click the notification bell, and that will allow you to get notifications anytime we go live or post a video. And that's also where all of our old videos go after they've been processed by YouTube. Sometimes YouTube's taking up to a day to process our videos, so just because of so much traffic YouTube's getting. But they will also be posted to our website, which is edtechtraining.palmbeachschools.org. And that in the top right corner under live stream resources will have a drop down for each of the different trainings we've been doing. And that will include the actual YouTube video, the replay, and if there's slide deck or any other resources. And if you're looking over to the right of this, and it could be to the diagonal, depending on how you have your YouTube up, is the chat box. And so you do have to click OK to set up a channel if you want to chat, but please feel free to set up that channel so you can join us in that chat box. We would love to hear your feedback, ask questions, and we will do our best to get our answers to you. And if we can't get you the answers, our guest will be able to get the answers at the end. So we do appreciate great conversation in the chat box. Also in the chat box, you'll see little people with wrenches next to their name. Those are our happy little minions, and they are there to moderate the chat for us as well. They are happy to help in any way they can. So please use that chat box as best as you can, and we will get answers to you. So thank you for joining us there. Before we get started with our special guest, I first want to introduce a good friend and colleague. His name is Tony Ashe. And Tony is we've known each other for quite a while now. He's part of the CTE group that is handling career and tech ed, and they've kind of taken Minecraft by the horns and started doing some training. So I wanted to just have Tony share a little bit about what they're doing and the trainings they have and what some of the plans possibly for the future are, and then he can introduce our special guest.
Okay, thanks, John. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to spread the good word about Minecraft for EDU again. Career and Tech Ed is the department that I work in. We work primarily with our secondary teachers, secondary programs, but we saw the opportunity to implement Minecraft for EDU here in our school district, K through 12. We've been taking the approach of trying to introduce it to our elementary teachers in the core teaching areas, and in grades 6 through 12, focusing primarily on coding. But it's been a fantastic ride thus far. We've had over 100 teachers at multiple trainings, face-to-face and online. And that brings us to our presenter here today, Nic Finelli. Nic actually joined us to do a face-to-face Minecraft training a number of months ago. And Nic's terrific. He did another online presentation for us about the Google products a number of weeks ago as well. Nic is great. He's a veteran of blended learning, and I'm just so excited that he's going to be on here with us today to share some things about Minecraft and what our teachers and students can be using it for, not just at home to play the game Minecraft, but also what they can do with it in their coursework with Minecraft for EDU. Nic, take it away.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me at Palm Beach County Schools. Also, I want to thank the Minecraft team for getting me over here to help you guys. So I'm ready to go. We're going to talk Minecraft. We're going to talk about what it is if you're not sure. We have some time. We'll get into the game a little bit, but I want to make sure that you understand what we're doing and how we're doing it. So let's switch gears there. It's not so sunny this morning right now, but it will be, I'm sure. Okay, so just a little bit about myself. So I'm Nic Finelli, digital learning specialist. I am a Minecraft global mentor, certified trainer, and also a Minecraft teacher. So what I do, and as Tony mentioned earlier, I help teachers learn how to use different technologies and how to make it happen in their classroom. Blended learning, remote learning, Minecraft, Google, those types of things. So I am here today on behalf of Minecraft and the Minecraft team, and also a company called I2E who works with, it's called Insight to Execution. They work directly with Minecraft and with Microsoft to provide professional development. So that's kind of my role. You'll see on the right on this screen here, in this little slideshow, you'll see some Twitter handles there. So you got the Playcraft Learn, which is Minecraft's, Microsoft EDU, and then at I2E EDU, those are all companies that will be publishing and posting and doing all things Minecraft and Microsoft. Down at the bottom, you'll see a bit.ly. This is just a resource for you, and this will be posted later too, but it's just a resource that has a bunch of Minecraft stuff. So just wanted to make sure you had that. All right. So starting off with Minecraft, usually and typically even when we do our on-site stuff, we try to frame what Minecraft is to think about with Post-it notes. And we have this little Post-it war thing because the idea is Minecraft, there we go, Minecraft is done with blocks. So if you can look at it 2D wise and look at the Post-its themselves, and Post-it wars is just basically this thing where they use Post-its to put on walls and put on windows to kind of create things. And so it's all like pixelated. So if you think about what we can build with 2-dimensional squares, imagine what you can build with 3-dimensional cubes. And that's what Minecraft is that ability to build and create with the 3-dimensional cubes. And there's tons of stuff. So if you've never seen it, that's really what the crux of it is. So our agenda here is, what is Minecraft? How do we play it? And then why Minecraft for education? And what values are there? So what is Minecraft? So Minecraft is, and I'll probably repeat this again, but Minecraft is the #1 selling video game of all time. It has so many users. It actually was a product from Sweden that Microsoft bought a couple of years ago, and they decided to keep what's called the Bedrock version of Minecraft and make this education edition. So the education edition looks and feels just like someone who would play Minecraft, although there are some differences, and you'll see people who play Minecraft would typically like, okay, I see some of the difference, but otherwise it is, almost spot on to what it is. But they've added some education features, and I'm going to talk about those, but the education features are nice. And one of the things, that I promote a lot is there's a creative mode. So in typical Minecraft, most people play, it's kind of this survival mode where you have to craft your actual objects, which means you have to mine things. And so when you mine things, you collect them. And by collecting them, you collect a number of items. And once you get those items, then you craft them to make other things. And so you have to find this stuff. So it's really a search survival type thing, which is a great way. You can do that in education. But I think what happened is when you start thinking about, and just think about anything in your real life, if you had unlimited resources for everything you needed to do, what would you create? What would you do? And that's kind of the beauty of what we have in education is we have this creative mode where they have everything in the inventory. So now you have everything instead of having to go find it and mine it, which again is a great skill, and to be able to do that and calls for persistence and stuff like that. But imagine if you had everything at your disposal, what could you do? And so that's what we want to challenge teachers and students to be able to just say, hey, you have this, now go create, go make something. So have a couple quiz type things here, just to see if you know. So the average age of a Minecrafter, if you want to use the little chat thing to go ahead and guess, I will reveal it soon. So if you think you know the average age of a Minecrafter, and you could probably look it up, but just to see what you guys know right away off the top of your head. All right, we got a couple guesses here. All right, I'm going to go to the next one. 9 to 40. We got good comments. 12, 14, 20s. Yeah, it's a little bit all over here. Cool. I'm going to give about 10 more seconds for you to guess on that one. And then I'm going to go to the other ones, and we'll reveal all four of those questions together. All right, so next question. Number of monthly active users who play Minecraft. And this is all of Minecraft, not just necessarily the education, but the number of monthly active users. How many play a month? So you thought you were just going to be watching a presentation today. Now you're answering questions. 50 million, 30 million, 500,000. +10 million. Nice. All right. Third question. What percentage of females who play the game? Okay. Take another guess if you want. Percentage of females who play Minecraft. Or the percentage that is females. Thanks for putting that in the chat box, John. 45, 20, 50, 40, and 35. All right, and the last one, this is kind of a given, and I've already told it. The #1 best-selling video game of all time it's Minecraft. Yes, of course. Tetris is actually #2. Well, actually, Tetris has gone down. There's several others that have gone. So let's look at those numbers. So the average Minecrafter is 30 years old. So imagine when Minecraft came out in just a regular personal version. And so you have people of all ages using it. And, you know, there's several things. There's several YouTubers and things like that play and also share and people watch. So there's lots of fun you can do with Minecraft, and there's servers that you can use outside of just your domain. Number of monthly users, 100 million. Pretty astonishing there. And then about 50% are female. So anyway, all right. So let's move on there. So what can you do with Minecraft? Well, you can create, you can play, you can design, you can code, you can ask questions, you can test things out, you can explore them. It's this whole realm. It's almost like you think, well, what can't you do with Minecraft? Because there are so many things. And you know, it's just it's really your imagination and the teachers and the students' imagination of what could possibly be done in there. So other things about what can we teach, you know, every subject level, if you think about it, can be taught with Minecraft. There are tools in there for math, there are tools in there for coding, there's tools in there for language arts. So I'm going to run through and give and show you some examples. So if we think about just history itself, this is just time and place is such an important thing, and understanding time and place and having an appreciation. So imagine studying a historical period and then building something that represents that historical period, because you have to understand what was going on in order to build that. So there's research behind it, but then there's also the building and creating. So like this ship here could be built. Notice there's all little blocks and it's docked here. And then what do they have as far as supplies in there, and what people are actually working on there? And are there any instructions or information that we need? You know, notice it's on the vast blue here. So, you know, studying a period and actually being able to make and create something with that. You could also do that for scenes from a story, or let's say you were reading a book and you want to say, oh, this is my favorite scene. Well, why not make it in Minecraft? I have a good example. My daughter, who's not a Minecraft player at all, but she's 16 and she got a theater project, and her project was to design a basically a theater, like the theater of her dream. How would you make it? And so she designed it on this, she got graph paper out, and designed it and did like blueprint stuff. And then she was like, but this doesn't do justice. Like, she had the whole thing and you could look at it, but she's like, I want people to see what I envisioned. And she just decided, she asked me, she's like, hey, is this something I could probably do in Minecraft? So yes. And I said, yes, go ahead and create this exact same thing. You've already made the blueprint, so go ahead and create it. And so she made this kind of world or Minecraft area so that someone could explore and actually see what it was like to be in her theater. So it was almost like a model of it itself, but it was a walking model where people could actually go through and see. And there was working lights, and there was spotlights, and areas, parts of the stage, backup areas where there was different clothings and stuff like that. So basically set it up. There was lobbies. And so anyway, going to the next slide, let's talk about beyond history and that kind of stuff. We also have science. So imagine building and comparing an animal cell to a plant cell. So anything that you may normally have done in a classroom where you're constructing stuff and it's maybe sort of messy, or maybe you don't have all the supplies that you need, with Minecraft, you can build that and be able to look at it, and then somebody can actually explore. So it's large enough that somebody can go close up and look at those little items. And then that brings me to my next one, which is thinking about the language arts. So this looks like just a picture of this Minotaur here, which there's a story behind it. You could read about mythology and create the characters, or create some sort of statue of something, or create some area, But what comes with it in Minecraft Edition is this book and quill. And so besides the book and quill, you also have different signage. So you have slates and posters and things like that. So you can write anything you want on these and put them on walls. You can put them on the ground. So it could give instructions. It could give them directions. It could be posing questions that they have to answer. So this could be used as a kind of a virtual world for you to get into and use. I was talking about the book and quill, and here's an example of an actual book. And so you could actually leave a book for students to work on. And so they could read the book, and basically here's the directions. So you can choose a color, build your symbol, add a sign, and then take a selfie. So now you have this one book that actually can be exported as a PDF file, or just left in the Minecraft game, and someone else can read it. And so you could use it as a portfolio. You could use it as just a picture album. It could also be used as just a book of your journey, and what you might have to do. So text can be written, and then pictures can be taken. So a lot of those cool items here can be done. Another thing inside Minecraft, and if you use any of the Microsoft products, you will notice the inclusive reader. So what it does is, excuse me, I said inclusive, I meant immersive reader. So when you have characters, and there are some non-player characters that you can add, but also signs and things like that, but there's a talk feature. And so that book that we saw earlier can also be read to you, but so can characters who might give you directions or give you ideas. So when I click on the character in the game, his little speech bubble here, but then there's an immersive reader button, and it opens up, and basically it pulls this up. And so it's the same thing, and it'll actually read it to you. You can highlight certain areas. You can change languages inside of the immersive reader. You can highlight different verbs. It even has Board Maker, which is basically picture dictionary that would show any of the words. So if you're not sure what they mean, you just click on it, the word, and it shows a picture of that. So the immersive reader is across, almost all of Microsoft products, but it's also built inside Minecraft too. And so you just have to click on the letter I, and when you have an area where things can be read, and it will read it to you, and you're able to look at it in different ways. You can even change the coloring and the contrast. So back to some other things like math. What can you do with math inside here? So this is, as you can see, it looks almost like a coordinate grid in a way. These are some lights here, so you could light up a certain area for certain coordinates. You could program it to light it up. You could also, think about just using. There's a ton of materials in there, and one of them is wool, and it has every single color. And you could really just use that as a virtual manipulatives because you have an unlimited supply of them. So imagine making, some sort of representation of what is 50%. Well, have the students show you what 50% means, or have them show you what 1/3 is, or what is 1/3 plus 2/3, and have them represent those using blocks. And so that way you're using manipulatives. They do that, and then maybe they go on to another problem and to show that. So they can use this to display or show anything. There's also coding involved, and there's a code builder, and you have two ways of doing code. So you can do it by blocks, and so they give you blocks that you kind of snap in place, and basically on the command, the Minecraft will build or do whatever the blocks tell it to do. So you have blocks to control building, you have blocks to control the settings on, whether it's day or night or things like that. You also have the ability to have and type in JavaScript. So even if you do it in blocks, you can see what the JavaScript looks like for those same blocks. You can also use Python. So that's another one that is just added. So you could actually type it in Python and then see what it looks like in blocks or JavaScript, or just go ahead and work all in Python right inside Minecraft. And John, while you have this, I have this little guy here. And so this is your agent. Okay, so this is my plushie agent. So your agent is basically the one who does all the programming for you. So you program it in Minecraft. There's an area where you just actually touch the letter C and the Microsoft Make code comes up. And then you program the agent to do things for you. So that means while the agent is building, which a lot of times the agent can build a lot of stuff faster than you can, especially up high in different areas. But so the agent could be building, and you could be building also by yourself. So I've had the agent code and make me some big, huge spheres in the sky. I've made like the Death Star. I've also made, had him make some houses for me while I was doing other things. So just different things like that. So the agent is your friend, and you can find it very useful to do things there. All right, so I'm just curious right now, and we'll just do it in the chat, a quick poll of how many of you guys actually play Minecraft. And I know you don't have a thumbs up or thumbs down in there, but if you could somehow show me using some sort of emoji, whether you have it or not, that would be great. All right, so one of the things I will say is where and what is Minecraft being able to be played on. Minecraft is a program that's installed on your Windows 10 computer or Mac. It also is available, and this is the Education Edition, it's also available on iPads. Right now, there is not the availability for it to be on a Chromebook. And I know that's a #1 feature request by everybody who wants to use it, because there are lots of Chromebooks out there. But as we know with Chromebooks, the reason Chromebooks work and work so well is because it doesn't load software and have things. So Minecraft itself, when you load Minecraft and you create a world or do things, the actual world is sitting on your computer physically. It's not up in the cloud. You could export it to the cloud, but it's really just sitting there. So that's kind of where we are with that. But it does work well on any Windows device, and I've used it on the iPad. I love it on that. It's really nice to be able to maneuver and handle some things in there. Let me see. I'm going to go back. I had a slide. I think I accidentally skipped it. So let me see if I can go back to my list here. All right, somehow this one got skipped. Okay. Let me unhide this. Sorry, I don't know why these were hidden. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about specifically with Minecraft and what is it is it's an open world. And so when you have Minecraft, you have this open world to be able to do all these things. I gave you some examples earlier. It can be a digital classroom. Okay. Think about how you guys have been having to work remotely. It could be a classroom inside of your classroom. When you do have the opportunity to have it with students in your class, and then also the ability to be at home too, and having both ways, you'll see also an extraordinary extra amount of power that Minecraft has. You could use it as a learning tool. You could use it as a digital modeling tool, just like we showed you with the science stuff. It can be a 3D environment where you just create things. It could be a science lab. There's actually a chemistry tutorial, which has all the elements inside of chemistry. And so you can actually combine elements together, either heating them up to make different things, combining different ones to make different liquids. For instance, there's a torch in Minecraft to allow you to see things at night, but you can actually create different color torches based on the colors that you may use with like cerium chloride or something like that will make like a blue. I think that's correct. I think it'll make like a blue or a green colored torch because you've combined the elements together to make a compound, and then you add that to the torch and it makes the color of the light different. So things like that is great. You can, it's also a safe space. So it's a place where, you know, when you create a world and you have this multiplayer mode where students can join. Now, from a remote standpoint, that's not going to be able to happen through the education world. But when you're back together in your class, you can all be in the same space together and you can monitor what's going on. There's some tools that it has to be able to do that. Another thing about Minecraft is it's a low floor, high ceiling. And the reason I say that is because someone who's very new has never done Minecraft. So some of you guys who've never done it before, you could go ahead and download it today, maybe take a course that Microsoft offers. There's a whole journey course, or just start playing it if you're one of those people that just like to tinker, and you would get some benefit and you would be able to see kind of what it can do. But also you have people that are out there coding with it, out there building stuff. I just downloaded somebody's world of Harry Potter. And so this is basically, they have everything that was in Harry Potter, and they have all these signs, and it looks, you know, the Grand Hall looks like the Hogwarts looks just like it. You go to the platform 9 3/4, and everything looks just like it, and it's done all in Minecraft. So things like that. I've even seen somebody build a graphing calculator inside of Minecraft. So that way they plugged in items inside the Minecraft world and it graphs something for them right inside Minecraft. So it could be working. So there's so many ways that you can do this. Also, it's just intrinsic learning. So it's kind of like the rewards and the things are all internal, and all those things we want students to have, that resilience, we want them to have patience, we want them to have empathy, we want them to be able to work with others, we want them to be able to be problem solvers. This is all built into Minecraft. Also, it allows you to meet students where they are, so you can scaffold and do things. So just like anything you teach, but this allows them, especially by having all the materials, to say, okay, go build this, go imagine this, go do this, go show me what you understand here. Students are the experts. You don't have to be the expert. That's the greatest thing about this. You don't have to know how to play Minecraft. You just have to know what it can do. And if you know what it can do, then get the students to do it. Let them show each other. Let them create a tutorial so everybody knows, oh, this is how you made that. Okay? Let them be the experts. Let them use their powers, and you guys all learn from each other. That's what our learning community should be, is something where everybody feels valued and they have a place. And you know, that also brings in students who might not be as vocal or as studious, but you know they have it in there. It's not coming out in the classroom. This gives them that chance to be that person that can show people stuff. And you bring in the education realm, which is, you bring in the part about the science, and you're making a cell or a model of something, and that student is able to help or work with a team to make something, and now they feel just as successful as the other students. Their expertise might be in the actual building of it, but they still have to do it correctly, things like that. And then lastly, and I think this is so important, use Minecraft as an alternative to demonstrate learning and processes. So if a student asks, can I do this in Minecraft? Say yes. Okay. If it's gonna be able to show and demonstrate their learning, give them the opportunity to do that. Okay. So saying yes, that's another reason why Minecraft. All right. I'll go back to where we were. All right, so we do have a little bit of time here, so I am going to open up Minecraft and show you what that looks like, and so you can see what happens when we first start out. So,
while you're opening up there, Nick, just a few questions. First off, is this playable on the Xbox or no?
It is not playable on the Xbox, yeah.
All right, and I'm there. Some of the questions just like, where can we get access to it and stuff like that. I did send the link to the education.minecraft.net where they can download all of that stuff. I'm guessing that's a little further, right? Yeah. Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. Then I just want to make sure.
I'll leave that up so they can see this, because these are the three things I really want them to know if they're just getting started. To download, then this is the actual course for the modules 1, 2, and 3. Free online Minecraft journey, and then education.minecraft for tutorials, ideas, challenges in the community. And I'm going to go into those, but I'm going to leave that up while I get Minecraft going.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks for clarifying. All right, so one of the things I wanted to show you is that when I first launched Minecraft for education, it does this little pop-up and it's going to ask you to sign in. So you use your Office 365 credentials. And so I'm just going to sign in using my credentials and password. Do you know your password? There we go. All right, and then you get into the game itself. I'm gonna make this bigger so you can see. And this is what it looks like. So this is a skin, and this is actually supposed to be a skin of me. So this is my little Minecraft outfit. You can change and have different skins. So I have a number of these, and I actually have a thing at the end that you guys can answer a little poll at the end or a little questionnaire, and I will send you a skin pack. So I have an Avengers skin pack. I also have a skin pack for Harry Potter, which has a bunch of Harry Potter characters in there, and I have one for Star Wars too. So, but you choose your character, start out by doing that, and then once you're in, let me go back here. Once you have what you want, you click on play. And so here's really where the neat part comes in. There's so much here with Minecraft. So you can start out and just create a world, and you can create a new world or one from templates. And so they have some templates already started off. And so these are ones that I have used. So you see there's a biome, there's actually a tutorial that you can walk through and do it. There's also more templates, but I'm going to go back here because I want to show you some other things that make it really easy for you to start right away. And this is the view library. So when I click on that, there are already built lesson plans, tons of them. So let me click on lessons, and you can see they're broken down by subject areas. So you got math, science, art and design, history and culture, and language arts, and of course, computer science here. So in the computer science, they have Hour of Codes, Code to Learn, a coding course, number 1 and 2, and then additional lessons. And when I click on any one of these, it's going to have that actual world. And so this is the 3D fractions. And when you click on it, it will actually open up the world. So you can start. So this is anybody, because what it's doing is connecting to servers on the Microsoft network, allow you to have these. If I go to math, for example, look at this, Common Core for all of these, plus an additional one on fractions. If I click on Common Core Grade 4, there's Build a Word Problem, okay? And so you can see that this world itself has a description, it has learning objectives, even has teacher prep. There are resources with each of these. There's lesson plans, and then you can also just launch the world. So for you to have your students do this, you just have them go to Minecraft, they log in and have them go to this specific world that you want them to go to. You can even share the link with them if you're using Classroom or something like that. So that way they're not having to search. They just open up the world right away. But there's lesson plans and resources for you for each of those. Thanks, John. All right, go back to some more. So I'll just go into the science just so you can see an idea there. So we have chemistry, biology, and again, there's additional lessons. And so when I click on that, you'll see different ones. Like they have different challenges. This is this past week for Earth Day, they have this Lumen City Challenge. So it's how to get power to a city and how to manage a city itself inside Minecraft. Then look at here, images formed by convex lenses. So it's teaching a concept of understanding how we see, and also using photography. If we think about building a pollinator garden, I don't know about you, I'm a beekeeper, and I tend to the bees, and this is a neat little activity to help you understand what you have to do to make sure you have areas that bees and other birds and things like that can help pollinate with. So you have all of these lessons. And I'll go to on the Minecraft site to show you what a lesson looks like, but I just wanted you to see those lessons. There's also monthly build challenges, and you saw one of them through the city challenge there, but there's tons of other things. Just a simple one is build a better bedroom, right? So you create your bedroom. Notice in this little picture right here, there's a bed, there's bookshelves, there's windows, curtains, there's some sort of light nightstand here, there's a painting or poster on the wall. You have other things under architecture. Notice we have area and volume, simple things such as book covers, or maybe a biography about someone, building a tree house. All of these are just challenges. And what they do is they give you a concept, an idea, and say, go at it, go make it. And so having a little bit of knowledge and then being able to discover and find things. Look, even comic books. So it's set up in these comic book frames, and you set up the scene inside of these areas. Design your own animal. Look at the dragon one. Maybe you're stranded on a desert island. What do you bring? What do you not bring? So you can bring all sorts of scenarios in there. Scavenger hunts. So there are tons and tons of challenges, and these can take, up to 5-10 minutes if it's something simple or something that you're asking from that's simple. Or it can take a long time. It can take days. It could be a week-long project where they create and work a little bit at a time to make. So you can see lots of cool things. So monthly build challenges, they're always on the Minecraft site, but they're also built right into the game. Then you have every single biome and world, and they always try to introduce new ones too. So I know that there's a lot of people in Florida that want a kind of a biome that's similar to your atmosphere in the Florida area, but they do have a swampland, which is kind of a neat biome. But all of these, basically the biomes are set up so you are seeing animals, you're seeing plant life and things that would happen in that atmosphere. So when you're in the ice plains biome and it rains, well, it actually snows, okay, because it's that cold there. Or if you're in the Badlands, it's set up there in like a canyon. And so if it rains there, it might be so dry that the rain doesn't happen. So all of these biomes are set up to have unique geographical features, plants, and animals. The desert biome definitely. I don't know if the Badlands rains or not, but the desert does not. And then you also have just a basic blocks of grass, which means instead of having all this topography and geographical features, it's just flat. So it just makes it easier for you to work and show and display things. Yeah, gators love the swamp. I understand. So you can see these, and they continue to add more. So be on the lookout for different ideas there. And they also have featured worlds too. And I'm going to click on this so you can see there's other worlds out there. Like, look, there's a hundreds chart. There's Fluffatopolis. There's a starter town. This is one of my favorites because it basically has a town already created. And so you can assign students different plots and say, you have to build on your plot. And plot number 1 might be much smaller than plot number 7. And so you have different areas, just like in real life, your land is only what you kind of own, and you can only build on what you have there. The human eye is pretty neat. So you can actually go in and explore. So it's kind of like being the magic school bus, right? And you could actually go into the eye and be the size of things. So when you do things, notice this is an oval, right? So we're looking at an eye. So they make all these blocks. And so you could talk about even the creation of this. And it's like, how in the world did they make circular objects in a place that can only use blocks? Well, you got to make it big and large in scale. But if we all know, anybody who's taught math with lines knows that, there's really no curved lines. It's just a bunch of straight lines so close together that it appears curved. And so that's really what we're doing in Minecraft, is we're putting a bunch of straight things so close together at a larger scale so it actually looks curved. Okay, this one I really love. This is a newer one. It's called the Mindful Night. So I am big into mindfulness and helping kids and teachers and students be socially aware of themselves and be able to self-regulate. I think it helps a lot with learning. It helps a lot with thinking and a lot with empathy and understanding things. I have one of my kids, my own kids, is autistic, and so a lot of these strategies and things like that help him too, and being at peaceful and emotional regulation. So all of these, great to just go in and start and do. Now I am just going to go back to this part. There is a how to play. And so there's a couple kind of tutorials here. You can start those. I would encourage you, instead of going in here, to do the My Minecraft Journey, which is on a web page that I'm going to show you in a second here. So let me go out of this, minimize, and I want to show you some web pages. So here is the My Minecraft Journey. And so it's on education.microsoft. It is, if you go to the Education Center, there's 8 parts to it, but here's the course. And so it starts you out, and it has videos and gives you explanations on what you need to do. You also get some points, but the objective is to get you started with Minecraft and learning how to use it. Then I'd also encourage you to go to education.minecraft.net. So this is the home of Minecraft. So you can see how it works, impacts in the classroom, all of these resources, can find lessons. So I click on find a lesson here. I don't even have to have Minecraft downloaded. I can be like, okay, what are the lessons? And so it's same subjects as we see here, or you can search all of the lessons instead of just picking a subject area and be like, you know what, I want something that is for this age group and it has to do with government, or I want something that has to do with business or animals. And so just by clicking on that, it's going to sort out what is available below here. So here's a Macbeth journey. Here's something on the scientific method. And so let me just pick this first one here, this new lesson. And so when you're on the education site, the lesson will pop up. It gives you these blocks here that tell you what it's supposed to be doing. And you can see, here's the lesson plan, learning objectives, guiding ideas. So it kind of walks you through everything. What supporting files you may need. So there's actually a Word file and a worksheet for students. So you could easily put that into any of your learning management systems. Talks about what skills are required. Of course, you can print the lesson, and it downloads any assets. So an asset could be like a world. So let's say this was built and this is a specific world just for this. So it's kind of already set up to help you. You would have that world and you would be able to use it. So that's really what the lessons area is. Now, as far as the challenges, and you can just go on the same site, the challenges themselves are under the resources where it says find challenges. But here's what I talked about that was already built in, those same challenges, but there's kind of the lesson involved with it. There's the mapping our world one, modeling gratitude, building systems, which is one of my favorite ones, where you can kind of choose your own system to build, whether it's the reproductive system, digestive system, endocrine system, or basically the system of a cycle, like the nitrogen cycle or something like that. Harvesting, Minecraft instruction, book covers. So you can see there's lots of challenges, and challenges, like I said earlier, can take as little time or as much time as you want to allow. Minecraft has also put out, let's see if we can make this a little smaller. They have put out an 8-page remote learning with Minecraft, because they know you don't have that multiplayer mode that Minecraft has the ability to do when you're with your kids on site, but it has basically a quick start, how to get started. They've given everybody access to this, downloading the app, tips for teaching, plus the online course. So it's all right here. Free lessons and curriculum, different types of assessment. Okay, remember we talked about the book and quill and being able to take pictures? Those could be assessments. The build challenges are in there. So you can see a number of different things. They have all of the different types of kits that they're showing here, different grade level and standards. So that's another tool that I want you to be able to have. So looks like you guys are excited about lots of things. I am glad I was able to show you a good deal of these. If there's anything, I know John has posted a lot of these links in the slideshow, or excuse me, in the chat area, but let me just put up my last couple slides here to make sure you have it. So quick way to get to the class is aka.ms/myminecraftjourney. To get to the website, education.minecraft.net. Okay, if you want to follow anybody, because these people are active and doing things. So we have, this is my Twitter handle, @Nic Finelli. Playcraft Learn is Minecraft's Twitter handle. Microsoft EDU, of course. And Digital Labs, you'll find lots of activities. And when the company I work with, I2E, they create Digital Labs, and basically it's all towards Minecraft lessons and worlds and things like that. And you'll find some fascinating things in there. And then I also put Susie Tinkers on here. And Susie is part of the Minecraft team, and she's part of the Minecraft adoption end, and she deals a lot with the community and people just getting on Minecraft. So she's very helpful and very active in this. Again, visit education.minecraft.net to earn your badge by creating a profile. And you can also go use this bit.ly right here, I2E-MEE, and this is going to give you a bunch of resources on how to use Minecraft. I showed it earlier in the beginning. So that's it. I do appreciate it. I think we're out of time. I just have that survey we can post at the end if anybody wants to take that. I will give those people, I'll pick at random some people out of who filled it out, and you will get one of those skin packs that I talked about. So if you're interested in the Avenger, the Harry Potter, or the Star Wars one, indicate it on the form, and I'll make sure I send it to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nic. Lots of great people already excited to get started and start using Minecraft already. Our friend Rebecca already wants Minecraft on their iPad already. So it's exciting to see teachers getting excited for new things that they've never seen before. And in the end, hopefully getting that back to their students. And yes, we will be reaching out to either you guys or Microsoft for some of that swag there you got. some of those stuffed animals and those glasses look like they'd may have quite a bit of money there in the chat box.
Yeah.
Nice little market for those.
The tie's even nice too, right?
Yeah, I was kind of interested. I saw that tie even has your blocks on it. So
Yeah.
that was so great. Real quick, we just want to do we know we're over, but we're going to do a little bit of our cleanup here. Again, today is a full day. We did the Minecraft one with Nick, which was awesome. At 11:30, we have our Lunch and Learn with Nearpod. And at 2:30, Tanya and Holly Clark, Tanya Averith, Holly Clark, who wrote the Google Infused Classroom, they're going to be joining us to share all about how to use Google Infused Classroom in remote learning. On Friday, we are going to be doing an awesome librarian panel at 8 a.m., just like we did with our teacher panel last week. This week, we're going to have librarians, and they're going to talk about how we can work with student success in the classroom and how you can work with your librarian to be successful with remote learning. And then also on Friday, we will be doing another SMART session with our great SMART team. And with that, also, don't forget that our form is still available. The bit.ly is there for you. If you have any questions, it's much easier for you to fill out that form, which is case sensitive, than to email us, because you're going to get a response a lot faster than just emailing one or two of us on the team, because a whole group of people are watching that form. So with that, Nick, I guess I will leave you if you want to say any final words. We appreciate you joining us. Go ahead and sign off for us.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day, everybody.